This is the best iPhone ever. But what does that mean? And my background is Android, so does that mean I'm switching to Apple? Well, let's find out. Oh yeah, I brought Big Homie Joe too along for the ride. Is the iPhone 6S a success? The iPhone build quality is top notch, no doubting that. The chamfered edges, 7000 grade aluminum, gives it a svelte and premium appearance. And the build feels top notch too. It feels like it could take a nice beating. It's also a big brick with no curves, and sometimes it can feel wonky in the hands. The S6 Edge gives you that edge to hold on to, and even the Note gives you like a little back curve. The iPhone, it's just flat. But it's design that's worked for Apple over the years, and if it's not broke, well, don't fix it. I'm a fan of the Plus, but we also have the regular one as well, which to me is a bit too small. Albeit, there are people out there that do enjoy the smaller size, otherwise they wouldn't make it. The iPhone is a bit boring in design for some, so I tossed on a slick wrap. Some people like wraps, some don't. But to find out more about slick wraps, click on the card or use the links down below. I'm rocking the Hero Edition. The iPhone is fast, stable, and smooth. I don't care about specs, and you can't compare it against an S6 or a Note when it comes to specs. It's a matter of apples and oranges. Apples and Androids. The iPhone uses apps and RAM management differently. And I know people are going to knock the iPhone saying it can't do more than one thing at a time. However, I'm able to bounce between applications a bit faster than I can on my Note. But I do wish it did have window and window mode. However, this is okay for me. One thing that is weird, but it's more of an iOS issue, is that I feel like I'm stuck in apps. There are so many inconsistencies with the software, like the back button sometimes is towards the top, other times it's towards the bottom, and other times I can't find it anywhere. And I wish I had a dedicated back button, and also notifications are really bad, but let's just focus on the phone, not really the software. The camera is fast and it's packed with some really cool shooting modes. However, don't let people tell you it's way better than anything else out there right now. Samsung is on par with it, and depending on who you ask, they'll tell you which one is marginally better. I've used both cameras interchangeably, and I don't know which camera took what pick when going through images. So don't get me wrong, the quality is great. Everything looks good, and you get some amazing shots. But if you have a Samsung, you're not missing much. It also does 4K video too. However, playing them back on your phone does it no justice at all. The screen resolution is nowhere near 4K, so you're stuck with some okay looking footage. Might as well not even shoot in 4K, unless you plan on uploading to YouTube or dumping it to your computer to do some real editing. There's a couple new features they brought, like live photos, 3D touch, and also the fast touch ID. Live photos is a cool spin on an old idea. It's creepy at times, but cool. It's something you can toggle on and off, so you just take a picture and it records a few seconds afterwards. However, most of my pictures was just the subject and then me putting the phone back in my pocket. Also, you can send these photos to other iPhone users, and that's about it. If you send it elsewhere, it's a normal JPEG. No animations on Facebook or anything like that, but it's just an image, and when you slide between your photos, you can see it start to animate, or if you do a 3D touch, you can see it animate as well. 3D touch is gimmicky today, but could be a cool future tomorrow. More apps will support it soon, and it does like kind of a macro action before going into the app. So if I 3D touch Twitter, it says send tweet. What it does, it actually opens Twitter and then goes into the tweet menu. It's fast, but I'm not sure how much I'll use it. I think I'm just using it because it's new, but I don't know if I'll use it, 3 months from now. It's a couple things you can do with it that's pretty nifty. It's just a matter of how much you actually use it. Battery life is strong, and at the end of the day, where my Note will be at 30%, my iPhone is at 40 to 45%. And this is my normal day-to-day usage with the same apps pretty much, but your miles may vary when it comes to battery. Look, it's an iPhone. It's a great phone. And I'm not an Apple guy, and I don't see myself using this exclusively, but if you like Apple and you're into that ecosystem, then go for it. Or just wait. If you have the 6, well, just wait for the 7. The differences between the 6 and the 6S are so minute that I wouldn't invest the money into it. The iPhone 6S and 6S Plus are still the best iPhones you can buy today, and for me, the Plus is just a lot better. I love the screen on it, and the optical image stabilization is just top notch. As always, guys, this is my experience with the iPhone. Your experience may be different, and I don't want to bore you with the long review that me just repeating everyone else, so I gave you my experience with it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Hello YouTube. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Joe, aka Big Homie Joe. I'm here today with Kevin the Tech Ninja. We're going over this iPhone 6S Plus here. I can somewhat understand why people like them. There's a bunch of stuff that I don't like. I'm not a big fan of the flat design. I like contours, I like curves. You can look at my fiance and tell that. But using the phone, taking pictures with the phone and stuff like that, I like the new feature that they have where you take the picture and it's a live picture. So you see a little bit before and a little bit after. It kind of creeped me out at first, no lie. But you know, after I look at it a little bit, it's pretty cool. Another thing about the iPhone, I don't like the fact, as somebody who uses Hangouts quite often, I want to be able to share things directly from the internet or wherever I'm getting my media from straight to Hangouts without having to save it to the device. And I'm kind of a bit upset or disappointed that Apple is still in that phase where they want to control everything. I think the reason that I tend to be more towards Android as opposed to even this new iPhone, which is a beautiful phone, is because there's more freedom with the Android as opposed to the iPhone. Camera-wise, I use a Galaxy 6S Plus right now, and I take great pictures, right? Taking pictures with this thing side by side, I can't tell the difference. Everybody who claims that one is so much greater than the other, I think they're just kind of full of crap. So another thing about the iPhone, watching YouTube videos, I've noticed that even when I set the resolution to the highest, or the quality to the highest on the YouTube, it just doesn't seem to be as crisp of a picture. I'm aware that the resolution on the screen is a little bit lower compared to what I'm used to coming from the Galaxy, and that's probably the reason why. Not to say that it's horrible watching videos, it just doesn't jump out at me as much as I wish it would. But as a final wrap up, I do want to say that as somebody who has hated iPhones for so long, actually holding it and using it gives me a better perspective, and now I can see why people might actually like the iPhone as opposed to the Android. So thank you for letting me share my opinion with you, and have a beautiful day.